Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I don't know about y'all, but all I need is a bubble bath, and I'm good for the week. That was a wonderful way to, don't you feel like calm and ready to hear some great poetry here at the Black Archives? My name is Doretha Williams. I am the executive director here at the Black Archives. We're welcoming the Bold New Poets back here. They were with us at our grand opening in June, this past June, so we're happy to have them back. As you know, the Black Archives was founded in 1974 by Mr. Horace Peterson as a site of remembrance for our ancestors and the history that was developed here in this specific region, that 18th and Vine, but throughout the central region of the United States. So we're very happy to have you here this evening. I know you're already relaxed, so sit back, enjoy some wonderful poetry. I'm going to bring Desiree Rogers up here, who's going to start introducing the poets. We have restrooms. If you go out that back door, please. Go to your right. The restrooms and water fountains are there for your use. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Doretha Williams. Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for attending the Bold New Poets and the Bold Young Poets Black History event here at the Black Archives in Mid-America in Kansas City. We are elated to have you all here, and we ask that everyone silence their technology. Instead of snapping your fingers, if you don't want to snap, you all can clap tonight. It doesn't matter because we're celebrating Black history. So I'm going to be reading some bios tonight. Some may be a little extensive, some may be a little short, but it is Black history, so we're going to give you a little bit of history about the person that's going to come up here and do a little bit of poetry. Please keep in mind that the words expressed are strictly the opinions, views, the thoughts, the expressions and feelings of the poet expressing them, and are not those of the Music and More Foundation, the Black Archives in Mid-America, or our affiliates. So our first poet that we like to bring, she's been on the KC spoken word scene since May 2010. She's a founder of KC Poets Unlimited, the First Lady of the Art Department, mentor and advocate, and beyond.
The name of this first piece is going to be called Ethnocentrically Speaking, and it's especially really proud to be Black type poem. Okay. Why? An inquiry that often rolls from my tongue as I question my situation and day-to-day interactions in a society that would have preferred to remain foreign to me. Stripped of my royalty, bastardized because I'm too yellow to have the blood of kings and queens purely pumping and flowing. The beautifulness of Blackness stands before you, showing that this all-encompassing quality has more layers than what your vision can comprehend. Black is bold, Black is looming, Black is attitude, Black is crafted, Black is kindred, Black is what you make it, but never mistake it, for surely it will overtake the world. So I understand some's intimidation and inclination to horror and mortification at the realization that all powerful is a race I embrace successfully. If you're brave enough, you can trace our ancestry to a woman and man in the motherland, beating primordial drums that enabled all of their descendants to be naturally rhythmic. Our pride is intrinsic and must be dealt with, but gently. Because if you tip me, I'll write poems and send it directly to the homes of every militant and rebel ever known, and become the leader of a revolution with an exponential amount of clones. Throughout so much of history, we have been denied an identity, made to feel paltry, the continual victims of euphemisms, because African American is nigger, colored is nigger, Negro is nigger, nigga is nigger, and gleefully we agree. So what gives the others any choice but to figure that looking down on us is okay? See, no way, not another day, because Black isn't just a color. It is a mindset. And I'm sorry to say that watching BET won't help you find it. We were created to be more than flesh hangers for overpriced designers, obsessive bump, hump, and grinders, only on time for happy hour at the club, wait in liners. We are the group God chose with his son in our likeness. Skin of bronze, hair of wool, so blonde hair and blue eyes, I don't buy it. I know how scary it must be. Dwindling into the category minority, losing all of that ill-gotten authority, because we all know the slogan you lay before me. and my people. One drop maketh a brand new black. So just like back in the times with a war in between tribes, I will stand up against the opposition and appease with the utmost conviction. Beauty being found in the gamut of my people was the manifest intention. Just check out our presence. Notice how it makes you question your existence. Join the movement or be destroyed by the ignorance of your resistance. The bloodline runs strong. So yeah, my people have persistence, from burnt sienna and ochre to cream and coffee and buttermilk, from rough, tough, and stubborn and smooth and soft as silk. Add to the equation unpredictability, and no wonder tension exists when some see me or my kind. As a people, we are simple, inane, or prone to crime, yet they'll still clutch their belongings, curse us in their minds, get images of us in trees with ropes to bind, and frequently, against my better judgment, I ask, why? Aren't we ready to stop asking questions and seize this nation, because now is the perfect time? That's their piece. I'm so scared of raising a black boy amongst a symphony of silence. In this land, red, white, and blue doesn't stand for the flag, but lives that could have been had, now lost or caught, kept behind steel bars colloquially called cages, and I know the songs that those birds sing. Freedom songs, redemption songs, songs of silent nights in reverse, when reverberated screams, shattered dreams, and shattered streams of desensitized apathy. After all, how many funerals can I attend before I'm forced to admit that death doesn't feel the same? Doesn't seem like something that even has to be strived for to be attained. Just find yourself in the wrong place, like your bedroom, a classroom, or a school bus. They'll bust guns just for the status. The saddest fiction is that this is fact. And fact is, I'm so scared to raise a black boy in a city made for royals, but too many kings idolize killers instead of the blues, and pay dues to dealers dealing hands of 22s, trade ace, 4, 5, ace, deuce, and nothing is straight when queens are left to nurture a full house of jokers after Jack poked her and folded. Now, what kind of game is that? Young men learn to turn hard in the streets because that's the only example they ever had. No eyes towards the skies because nothing here shines above the street lights. Too many angels only obtain wings because of chalk outlines, and I'm so scared of raising a black boy only to be considered 3/5 of a man while working for a slave's wage. But these aren't slave days, or are they? And they just changed the chains. Just changed the stage from plantations to projects, projected us as rats because of our hoods. Now hoods can get you clapped, but back then hoods used to be war and they would get a dude killed, but now niggas wear hoodies and we act like we don't know where it came from. It's not that easy to overcome when people view black as more than a color, but a state of mind. And now I'm so scared to raise a black boy. I am so scared for my son. I am so scared to raise a black boy. I am so scared to raise a black boy. I'm so scared to raise a black boy. I'm scared of raising a black boy. I'm scared for my son. My son is a target. I gave birth to a target, a brilliant and beautiful bullseye of a boy, his skin just black enough to be stained red and white. I'm frightened. I don't know much about riflery except that this world is full of marksmen, and my son is a target. I watch news reports reposting the same agony. Black male slain cuts the image of a grieving family and a community activist like Brooks or Washington, but I'm watching them, the souls of angels, got to this earth to become men. but don't get a chance to be more than just targets. My son is a target. A potential victim to the blacktop bloodshed bloodline of a black boy whose breath is trying to be blown from his body. And oh my God, he deserves so much more than the prospect of being shot on prospect because he can cross or check another boy who just wants to remove the target from his neck. These boys will die for their respect, but live for nothing honorable. Too afraid to admit they are vulnerable, so they let their spirits become as hard and misshapen as the steel that will riddle up their bodies at will, while these tough guy gangs leave mothers in pain and crying. And I'd be lying if I said my son was not a target. Not available to have his life bargained for over some retro Jordan 4s, and I have tried to hide behind my eyelids. But the truth is I have a kid who is subject to violence, a seedling that may never grow into a tree, a grain of sand that the tide may try to wash into the sea, but I can't live my life thinking that one day my child's smile might be a distant memory. Misery is found in the middle of the map as the guns clapping, cracked domes, the glocks popping, shatter homes, and weary women write sad poems, trying to suppress the tears their pregnant eyes have been holding. And I'm raising a son not knowing or able to tell, will he be taken by the cops like Sean Bell? Or after a party like Nathan and DeMarco, and my heart goes out to the families of Mary, Darian, Marquez, Marquand, Eric, Trayvon, Aiden, John, Joe, and every other boy taken before reaching his potential. All of this pain cannot be put to rest for one pencil or one poet. My soul gets lit and ignites my fire in the dark, but more than likely, the streets have just hardened under the weight of a new soul, and this just in, the new trend is bullet holes and funeral funds, and if you thought they had stopped in Tuskegee, the new wave of black genocide has begun. I don't want to be one of the millions of mothers left missing her only son, but that boy is a target. He has been a target since his conception. Yet they tell us that our children are supposed to be our blessings, a notion I held on to the full time I was expecting, neglecting the fact that I would be giving birth to a target, a brilliant and beautiful bullseye little boy, his skin just like mine, to be stained red and white. Thank you for your time.
While resurrecting the concept of enlightenment, basically that is using your own understanding to form your perception instead of allowing media to guide you. He is a member of a poetry group called Enlightenment. He's been to BOLD.NEW.POETS twice. Trey Newman.